Hocus Pocus. Like Tavi already said, it's about how can you get free credits on AWS? Because like if you're starting with your cloud journey or you want to build some SaaS product or something, because like a lot of people are actually doing this, it feels kind of scary because everybody knows these horror stories. Also, Tavi told us about, like, the first thing I read before creating my AWS account was like this: we blew 72K in one night with recursive functions on Azure, I think, because they did some queries on, I think, Firebase or something, and it scaled up to 30% of the load from the Google search. And yeah, it wasn't enough to add some blocker to the credit card because your bill will just get up endly, and yeah, Google will get after you afterwards. So yeah, it's pretty scary, but you can get a lot of free credits if you want to stay with AWS. Yeah, the first thing is, like everybody knows about, is the free tier is pretty generous, or especially in the first year, you can do a lot with Lambda and DynamoDB. I think DynamoDB offers 25 provisioned write and read capacities each month, which is quite a lot. If you got some SaaS product with, like, if it's in the beta phase or it has no customers, you can do a lot, and your idle infrastructure also doesn't cost a thing in the end. You can also rely on AWS Educate. There's also some program you can join and you will get regular support with AWS credits. And like the most beneficial is probably AWS Activate, and the entry barrier is really, really low. Yeah, you need some business plan, like not even a business plan, just about some text about your idea, maybe a landing page you have with your domain, and AWS will likely give you a credit of $1,000 and another $350 for the developer support plan. And as we found out like a few months into our journey, that AWS just dropped us another $4,000 into our account with some questions. Yeah, do you need some help? Could we help you to promote your product, etc., etc. And we actually also did this for another product in another AWS account, and we also got this another $4,000. And we heard about, like, most of the guys we know also got this just into their account without doing anything else. And yeah, there's even more. You can, yeah, if you're just starting with your AWS journey, you can just build an Alexa skill with this. It's just a great starting point, I think. And AWS will also like grant you, I think, $100 in credits per month if it will get published or something. And you can also attend some webinars and events, which will also regularly give like $25 credits or $30. It's not much, but all the stuff sums up. And if you're doing this in your free time, like it's pretty worth to not spend your own money in the beginning. Yeah, and that's basically it for my part, I think. If there are any questions, feel free.
So there's a question about Toby. What kind of assumptions did you have going into learning serverless AWS that turned out to be right?
The biggest assumption was like we are paying a lot less if we're doing this right, and this actually worked out quite good, also for our customers and also for the products I'm currently building. I think we managed, like, it's not live yet, it's just in some closed beta, but I think we spent $45 in a complete year. And like also like Tavi told, like using DynamoDB properly is also like super, super cool, because at the customer I was working for, I think we got a bill of like $80 per month with a user base of 1.2 million customers, because we optimized this pretty well, and in comparison to some other services like DocumentDB, I think the smallest instance starts at $200 per month. And yeah, with DynamoDB, you can run like pretty big workloads for just a few bucks if you're doing it right.
Awesome, thank you.
That's another one.
Yeah.
What made you think that Java would not be the best option in Lambdas? Yeah, I'm really used to using Spring Boot with Lambda, and the startup times are just like super horrible. Like I think with the native, with the default JVM and the default compiler, it's just not possible to use it. We also experimented a lot with like Micronaut and the Graal VM compiler. But in the end, we were not quite sure if this is a feasible solution, because like all your dependencies should also be compatible with the Graal VM compiler. And then it just moves some problems with, yeah, our Lambda functions get a lot faster, but the compilation times are like huge. Like having some minimal CRUD application with, I think, Micronaut and Graal VM was like 5 minutes of compilation time. And starting with those cycle times also didn't feel quite right to start with. So we directly gone for the Node.js because everyone else was using it and it was working out.